My beloved child, I am speaking to you in this quiet moment because I see the heaviness that you carry in your heart, the invisible wounds that you have hidden so carefully from the world around you. And I want you to know that you are deeply loved. You have walked through so many days wearing a smile that does not reach your eyes, convincing everyone that you are strong and unbreakable. But I know the truth of your exhaustion, and I am here to tell you that it is safe to finally let down your guard. I see the tears that you cry when no one is watching. I hear the silent prayers that you whisper into the darkness. And I want to assure you that I am here to mend the parts of your soul that feel shattered beyond repair. For nothing is ever truly lost when you are in my hands. There is a specific reason you found this message today. For it is not a coincidence but a divine appointment that I have arranged to speak life into your weary spirit, and to remind you that your pain is not invisible to me, even if the rest of the world seems to look right past it. You have often felt like you are screaming inside a glass room where no one can hear your voice, and that isolation has created wounds that are far more painful than any physical injury. But I want you to know that I have heard every single cry of your heart. I am the God who sees you, the one who knows the number of hairs on your head and the number of tears you have stored in your bottle. And I am telling you now that the season of suffering in silence is coming to an end, because I am bringing my healing light into your deepest shadows. You have questioned your worth because of the scars you carry, believing that your brokenness makes you less valuable or less capable of being loved. But I want to gently dismantle that lie right now and replace it with the truth of who I created you to be. Your wounds are not a sign of your failure, nor are they a sign that I have abandoned you. Rather, they are the places where my light can shine through most brilliantly, proving that even in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. The world may judge you by your appearance or your achievements, but I look at your heart and I see a masterpiece that is still in the making, a beautiful soul that is being refined by the fire of adversity. And I promise you that the pain you feel now is preparing you for a glory that will far outweigh these temporary struggles. I know that you often feel like a burden to others when you share your struggles, so you have learned to keep your mouth closed and your heart guarded, building walls around your emotions to protect yourself from the sting of rejection or the indifference of those who do not understand. But I am asking you today to surrender those defenses to me, for I am the only one who can handle the full weight of your sorrow without ever growing tired or turning away from you in your time of need. You do not need to explain yourself to me, for I already know the intricate details of your story. I know the betrayals that cut deep, the losses that left you empty, and the fears that keep you paralyzed. And I am here to offer you a love that requires no explanation and no justification, only your willingness to receive it. Listen closely to my voice as I tell you that the loneliness you feel is not a life sentence, but a temporary valley that we are walking through together. And although you may feel like no one understands the unique complexity of your pain, I created you and I understand you completely. You have looked for healing in the approval of others, in distractions, and in temporary comforts. But you have found that these things only numb the pain for a moment before it returns with greater intensity, leaving you feeling more hollow than before. True healing, the kind that mends the wounds no one else can see, comes only from my spirit, which flows like a gentle river into the dry and cracked places of your soul, bringing life, restoration, and a peace that surpasses all human understanding. It is time for you to stop disqualifying yourself from happiness because of your past, for I do not define you by the things that have happened to you, nor do I define you by the mistakes you have made while trying to cope with your pain. You have carried the shame of your hidden wounds for far too long, allowing the enemy to whisper lies that you are damaged goods. But I declare over you today that you are washed clean, you are renewed, and you are worthy of a beautiful future. My love for you is not based on your performance or your perfection. It is based on my covenant with you, a promise that says I will never leave you nor forsake you, even when you feel like you are falling apart, and I will hold you together when you have no strength left to stand on your own. I see the anxiety that grips your chest in the middle of the night, the racing thoughts that tell you that you are not safe, that the future is bleak, and that you will never truly be free from the trauma that haunts your memories. But I want you to breathe in my presence right now and know that I am the Prince of Peace, and I am stepping into the chaos of your mind to bring a stillness that will silence every storm. You do not have to fight these battles in your own strength anymore, for I am fighting for you. I am standing between you and the darkness, and I am shielding you with my wings so that you can find rest and recovery in the safety of my embrace. Many times you have asked me why this happened to you, why I allowed you to be wounded so deeply by people you trusted. And while you may not see the full picture right now, I ask you to trust that I am weaving even this pain into a tapestry of grace that will one day encourage thousands. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift that allows you to feel deeply, to empathize with others, and to be a vessel of compassion in a hurting world. But first, you must allow me to heal the source of your own pain. I am taking the bitterness that has taken root in your heart, and I am replacing it with forgiveness, not because the people who hurt you deserve it, but because you deserve to be free from the chains of the past that have held you captive for so long. You have walked through fire and you have walked through floods, and through it all, you have wondered if I was really there, if I was really watching, or if I had turned my face away from your suffering. My child, I have never been closer to you than I was in your darkest moments. I was the strength that kept you breathing when you wanted to give up. I was the hope that flickered in your soul when everything else went black. The wounds that no one else can see are the very places where I have deposited my greatest treasures. For it is in the breaking that you are opened up to receive a measure of my spirit that you could never have contained before, and you are becoming a vessel of honor. Do not let the fear of being vulnerable keep you from my presence, for I am not like the people in this world who may judge you or mishandle your heart. I am the gentle shepherd who binds up the brokenhearted and heals their wounds with the tenderest care. I invite you to bring every hidden hurt, every secret shame, and every unresolved question to the foot of my throne, and leave them there, knowing that I am capable of handling everything that is too heavy for you to carry. You were never meant to walk this life bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders. That is my job, and I am asking you to trade your heavy yoke for my light one, to trade your mourning for dancing, and your spirit of heaviness for a garment of praise. I am speaking to the part of you that feels like an imposter in your own life, the part that feels like a small child lost in a big world, longing for a safety and security that you have never truly known. I am your father, and I am wrapping my arms around that inner child, telling you that you are safe now, you are home, and you no longer have to perform or pretend to earn love. The healing I am bringing to you is deep and comprehensive. It goes to the very root of your identity and affirms that you are my beloved creation, fearfully and wonderfully made, and nothing that has been done to you can ever change the immense value that I have placed upon your life. The tears you have cried in secret are like seeds that have been watered by my grace, and though you have felt buried by your circumstances, I want you to know that you were actually being planted for a season of incredible growth and harvest. You thought it was the end, but it was only a new beginning, a transformation process that is painful but necessary to bring forth the beauty that I have placed inside of you. Just as the butterfly must struggle to emerge from the cocoon, your struggle has been strengthening your spiritual wings, and soon you will fly above the very things that once threatened to destroy you, soaring on the winds of my spirit with a new perspective and a new freedom. There are wounds in your heart that were caused by words spoken over you, harsh words that labeled you, belittled you, and made you feel small, and those words have echoed in your mind for years, shaping how you see yourself. Today, I am breaking the power of those curses and negative words, and I am speaking a new identity over you. You are chosen, you are royal, you are holy, and you are set apart for a special purpose. Let my voice be the loudest one you hear, drowning out the voices of your past and the voices of your critics. For what I say about you is the only truth that matters, and I say that you are loved with an everlasting love. I know that trusting again feels impossible because your trust has been shattered so many times, and you have built a fortress around your heart to ensure that no one can ever get close enough to hurt you again. But I want to whisper to you that while walls may keep out pain, they also keep out love, and I want to gently dismantle those walls brick by brick, not to leave you exposed, but to let my healing light flood into the deepest chambers of your soul. Trusting me is different than trusting people. I am faithful, I am consistent, and I am incapable of lying or betraying you. So you can safely place your fragile heart in my hands and know that I will treat it with the utmost reverence and care. You have often felt like you are on the outside looking in, watching others enjoy happiness and connection, while you remain isolated in your invisible struggle, wondering if it will ever be your turn to feel whole and complete. My child, your time of restoration is here, and I am not just patching up the cracks. I am remaking you into something new, something stronger and more beautiful than you were before the damage was done. The Japanese repair broken pottery with gold, making the broken places the most valuable part of the piece. And in the same way, I am glorifying your scars, turning your testimony into a beacon of hope for others who are suffering in silence just as you have. I am releasing you from the burden of what-ifs and if-onlys, the regrets that replay in your mind and keep you tethered to a past that you cannot change, no matter how much you worry or stress about it. I hold your past, your present, and your future in my hands, and I can redeem even the years that the locusts have eaten, restoring to you what was stolen and giving you double for your trouble. Your mistakes and the mistakes of others do not have the final say in your life. My grace has the final word, and my grace says that you are forgiven, you are cleansed, and you are free to move forward into the destiny I have prepared for you. Sometimes the deepest wounds come from feeling unseen by the very people who should have known you best, the feeling of being invisible in your own family or your own circle of friends. I want to validate that pain and tell you that it is real. But I also want to tell you that while human beings have limits in their ability to see and understand, I have no limits. I see the intention of your heart. I see the love you try to give. I see the sacrifices you make that go unnoticed, and I am keeping a record of it all. Nothing you do in love is ever wasted, and your reward will come from me, not from the applause or validation of people. You have been carrying a heavy cloak of depression, a fog that descends upon you without warning and makes even the simplest tasks feel like climbing a mountain, and you have felt guilty for not being able to just snap out of it. I do not condemn you for your struggle. Instead, I sit with you in the fog, holding your hand and reminding you that the sun is still shining above the clouds, and eventually this darkness will lift. My strength is made perfect in your weakness, so on the days when you cannot run, walk. When you cannot walk, crawl. And when you cannot crawl, just rest in my arms and let me carry you until you have the strength to move again. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that you are damaged beyond repair, that you are a hopeless case, and that you should just give up and accept a life of mediocrity and pain. But I rebuke that lie in the name of all that is holy. For as long as there is breath in your lungs, there is hope for your future, and I am still writing your story. You are not a finished book. You are in the middle of a chapter that feels dark and confusing, but the page is about to turn, and the next chapter is filled with redemption, restoration, and a joy that will spring up from the very ground where you watered the earth with your tears. I am healing the wounds of rejection that have made you feel like you have to beg for a seat at the table, proving your worth through overworking and overgiving, just to feel accepted. You already have a seat at my table, a seat that was reserved for you before the foundations of the world, and you do not have to earn it, buy it, or work for it. It is yours by the blood of the Lamb. Rest in the knowledge that you belong to me, that you are part of a divine family, and that your acceptance is settled in heaven, regardless of how people on earth treat you or what they say about you. There is a specific pain that comes from grieving a loss that no one else knows about, a dream that died, a relationship that ended in secret, or a hope that was quietly extinguished. And this silent grief has been a heavy stone in your chest. I am rolling away that stone today, and I am breathing new life into your dormant dreams, showing you that I am the God of resurrection, and that nothing is ever truly dead when I am involved. Allow yourself to grieve, but do not mourn as those who have no hope, for I am planting new seeds of joy in the garden of your heart, and soon you will see the green shoots of new life breaking through the soil of your sorrow. You have felt the sting of betrayal, the sharp knife of disloyalty from those you pulled close to your heart, and it has left you feeling foolish for trusting and afraid to open up again. I want to heal that wound of betrayal by reminding you that I will never betray you. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the one who stays when everyone else leaves. Let my faithfulness be the bandage for your wounded trust. Let my consistency be the rock you stand on. And know that while people are fallible and broken, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I am the safe harbor for your drifting soul. I see the exhausting effort it takes for you to maintain a facade of normalcy, the energy it drains from you to pretend that you are okay when inside you are crumbling, and I am inviting you to drop the act. With me, you can be messy, you can be broken, you can be confused, and you can be completely honest about how much it hurts. I am not afraid of your pain, and I am not repelled by your honesty. In fact, it is your honesty that opens the door for my healing power to enter. For when you bring your wounds into the light of my presence, the darkness loses its power, and the process of true restoration can finally begin. You have wondered if your sensitivity is a curse, if feeling everything so deeply is a flaw in your design, but I tell you that your sensitivity is a reflection of my own heart, for I too feel the pain of the world. Do not harden your heart to survive. Instead, give your heart to me for safekeeping, and I will give you the strength to feel without being destroyed, to love without losing yourself, and to empathize without carrying burdens that do not belong to you. Your tender heart is a precious gift to this world, and I will protect it, nurture it, and use it to bring healing to others who are silently suffering just as you have. I am addressing the physical toll that your emotional pain has taken on your body, the fatigue, the aches, the sickness that comes from carrying a spirit that is weighed down by sorrow and stress. As I heal your inner world, I am also releasing a flow of healing to your physical body, for your spirit and body are connected. And as your soul finds rest in me, your body will also find renewal and strength. Receive my peace as a medicine. Let it flow through your veins and calm your nervous system. Let it relax your muscles and soothe your mind. For I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Some of you have wounds from your childhood that you have carried for decades. Wounds from parents who were absent, abusive, or simply unable to love you the way you needed to be loved. I am stepping into the role of the perfect father for you, filling the gaps that were left by imperfect people, and pouring into you the affirmation, the protection, and the guidance that you missed out on. It is never too late to have a happy childhood in the spirit, for I can rewrite the narrative of your past, showing you where I was protecting you, where I was holding you, and how I preserved your life for a purpose that is greater than your history. You have felt like a mistake, like an accident, like someone who doesn't quite fit into the puzzle of this world. And this feeling of unbelonging has created a deep ache of loneliness in your chest. But you were created on purpose for a purpose, and the world needs the specific frequency of light that only you can shine. Without you, the picture is incomplete. I am aligning you with your divine tribe, with people who will see you, value you, and celebrate you. But until they arrive, know that you are celebrated in heaven, and the angels rejoice over your existence every single day. I am healing the wound of disappointment, the pain of prayers that seemed to go unanswered, of expectations that were not met, and of the confusion that comes when life doesn't go the way you planned. Trust that my no was a protection, my delay was a preparation, and my silence was a drawing in, pulling you closer to my heart so you could learn to trust the giver more than the gifts. I have a plan that is far better than the one you wrote for yourself, a plan that takes into account things you cannot see. And if you will trust me with the pen, I will write a story that ends in victory and joy. The shadows of shame have tried to cover your light, whispering that if people knew the real you, the things you have done, or the things that were done to you, they would turn away in disgust. But there is no condemnation for those who are in me. I have cast your sins as far as the east is from the west, and I see you through the lens of grace, pure, spotless, and redeemed. Lift up your head, my child, and look me in the eyes. Do not hide in the shadows of shame any longer, but step into the marvelous light of my acceptance, where you are fully known and fully loved. I am mending the broken trust you have in yourself, for you have made choices that you regret, and you have lost confidence in your ability to make good decisions, fearing that you will only mess things up again. I am restoring your sound mind. I am giving you the spirit of wisdom and discernment, and I am guiding your steps so that you can move forward with confidence, knowing that I am directing your path. Forgive yourself as I have forgiven you. Be gentle with yourself as I am gentle with you. You are learning, you are growing, and you are becoming the person I created you to be, one step at a time. You have felt the crushing weight of responsibility, the need to be the strong one for everyone else, the fix-it person, the one who never breaks down, and it has left you depleted and empty. I am giving you permission to rest, permission to be weak, permission to say no, and permission to receive instead of always giving. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Come to the well of living water and drink deeply. Let me replenish your spirit. Let me restore your soul, and let me be the strong one in your life so that you can simply be my child. The wound of comparison has stolen your joy. As you look at the highlight reels of others and feel like you are falling behind, failing, or missing out on the blessings that everyone else seems to be receiving, I want you to put on blinders to the world and focus only on the lane I have marked out for you. For your journey is unique, and your timing is perfect for your specific destiny. Do not despise the day of small beginnings, For I am doing a deep work in you that requires time and patience. And when your season of elevation comes, it will be sustainable because your roots have gone down deep in the secret place. I am speaking peace to the trauma that is stored in your body, the automatic responses of fear and flight that happen when you are triggered by memories of the past. I am the great physician, and I am rewiring your responses, calming your nervous system, and teaching your body that it is safe to be present in the now, that the danger has passed, and that I am your shield and buckler. You will not always be defined by what happened to you. You will be defined by how you rose above it, how you healed from it, and how you used it to glorify my name. There are wounds of silence, where you were told to keep secrets that were too heavy for you to carry, and that silence has acted like a poison in your soul, isolating you from the truth. I am breaking the power of those secrets today, for the truth shall set you free. You do not have to protect the reputation of those who hurt you, nor do you have to carry their shame. Release it to me, speak it out in the safety of my presence, and watch as the chains of silence fall away, leaving you with a voice that is strong, clear, and anointed to speak life to others. You have been searching for a cure for your pain in all the wrong places, running to things that only offer temporary relief, but I am offering you a permanent cure, a transformation of the heart that changes everything. My love is the balm of Gilead. It is the soothing oil that penetrates the deepest hurts. It is the fire that cauterizes the wounds so they stop bleeding. And it is the water that washes away the debris of the past. Open your heart wide and let me in. Do not hold back any part of yourself, for I want to heal the whole person, spirit, soul, and body. I want to remind you that your scars are a testimony of survival. They are proof that you fought battles and won, that you faced the darkness and survived to see the morning light. Do not hide your scars, for in my kingdom, scars are medals of honor. Even my son carries the scars of his sacrifice, and they are beautiful because they tell a story of love and redemption. Your story is not one of tragedy, but one of triumph. You are a warrior, a survivor, and a conqueror, and your wounds have only made you more dangerous to the enemy and more powerful in my kingdom. I am giving you a new perspective on your pain, helping you to see that while the enemy meant it for evil, to destroy you and steal your destiny, I am turning it for your good. The very things that were meant to break you are the things that I am using to build you, to deepen your character, to expand your capacity for love, and to prepare you for a level of blessing that you cannot yet imagine. Trust the process, trust the potter's hand, and know that even when it hurts, I am shaping you into a vessel of glory that will shine with a brilliance that darkness cannot comprehend. You have felt like your best days are behind you, that you have lost too much time, missed too many opportunities, and that it is too late for you to be happy or successful. But I am the God of time, and I can accelerate your season. I can restore the years, and I can bring you into a spacious place of favor and abundance in a single moment. Your latter days will be greater than your former days. The glory of this present house will be greater than the former, and I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies that will leave you speechless with gratitude. I am calling you out of the cave of isolation, out of the place of hiding where you have licked your wounds alone, and I am calling you into community, into connection, and into your destiny. The world needs your voice, your story, your empathy, and your light. Do not deprive them of the gift that you are because of fear or insecurity. I am with you, I go before you, and I cover you from behind. You are surrounded by my favor as with a shield, so walk out with your head held high, knowing that you are the child of the Most High King. As I heal you, I am also commissioning you to be a healer, for you will be able to comfort others with the comfort you yourself have received from me. You will see the invisible wounds in others. You will hear their silent cries, and you will have the words of life to speak into their situations because you have been there, and you have come through to the other side. This is the purpose of your pain, the redemptive value of your suffering, to become a beacon of hope for a broken world, pointing them back to the one who heals all wounds. My beloved, let this message sink deep into your spirit today. You are seen, you are known, you are loved, and you are being healed right now in this very moment. The heavy clouds are parting, the sun is breaking through, and a new season of joy, peace, and wholeness is beginning for you. Wipe your tears, for the night is over. Stand up in the strength of my might, for your morning has come, and I am walking with you into a future that is brighter than you can dare to dream. I urge you to stay connected to this source of encouragement, to keep feeding your spirit with words of life and truth, for the world is loud and full of negativity, but my voice is the whisper that restores your soul. If this message has touched the wounds that no one else can see, I invite you to join this community of believers, to subscribe and receive the daily bread that I have prepared for you. You are not alone on this journey. We are walking together, day by day, healing, growing, and becoming everything I created you to be. And I promise you, the best is yet to come.